Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for August 21st through August 28th of 2021. We have the full blue Sturgeon moon in Aquarius happening this week. I have cards for every zodiac sign, really special cards this time too, because this is a really special full moon. It's the second full moon in Aquarius this year, and that never happens. We may have two full moons in a month, but they're always in a different sign. And I also have the cards for the week, the crystals for the week. So sit back and let's get started. All right, so I never posted, oh, I can't do her because I have this funky background. Isn't this amazing? I've got the whole solar system. I have, the sun, Mercury, Venus, the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, the Kuiper Belt. So all the asteroids that I talk about, this is where they are. They're all out here. And then there's Pluto and Aries just beyond that. And yes, these are comets and some asteroids here when we get to see the meteor showers that I talk about all the time. Did any of you get to see the Perseid meteor showers? I saw them several nights, even though the weather is always kind of funny, very humid around here. But if you wait just 5 minutes, the clouds will pass and you'll catch some. And you really have to be dedicated if you're going to watch meteor showers. So I went to bed early. I woke up around midnight-ish, and then I would stay out for a couple of hours, go back to bed, and then 4 o'clock is such a perfect time to go out and watch the meteor showers. And then I would go out and stay up until the sun rose, then go back to bed so that I could go to work. But I don't know which night it was. There were some amazing fireballs. There were so many. I think it was the peak night on the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. And there were just so many. But you have to be patient because, if it's a little cloudy, if they are wispy clouds, they'll pass by. And then eventually you'll get to see the meteors. But anyway, last week I had Epona as our goddess. She's talking about wise leadership. I didn't post her yet. I'll tell you about it after I pull all the cards for everybody. I don't want to get into all the stuff because I know you want your cards. This week, though, and so I'm going to have to double post. We have Nyx, and Nyx is the goddess of secrets, and she's perfect. She's absolutely perfect for this time period. So you'll have to check out Facebook and Instagram, and I'll post the channeled messages with these cards and pair it up with the astrology and what is going on. But with everything that's happening in the solar system, expect shocking things to be coming out. Things that you're going to be shocked. And in your own lives too. I will show the chart for the full moon, so I'll talk about that later. I did pull a crystal card for the week, and it's obsidian, and I had black tourmaline on my mind because I was feeling like we really need a lot of protection. We need shielding from lower vibration, any negative energy, So I do have a piece of that. I will post that card this week. And of course, I'm using black moonstone, and I don't think I can get up close to the camera because of the background that I have on. It might fade away. So let's see how close I can get before, oh, I can. So this is black moonstone. So I guess I could have done that with the cards maybe. No, see what happens? Like, we disappear. So I was lucky with this. All right, so this is black moonstone. I'm using black moonstone because I was picking up that energy of the black tourmaline, and the obsidian card was picked. So I feel as though there's a lot of shadow energy that's coming about. This is a blue moon, which is a second moon. It's not an astronomical blue moon, which would be two full moons in 1 month, but it's even more rare that it's the second full moon in Aquarius. The first one was at 1 degree Aquarius. This one is at 29 degrees Aquarius. The very last day, I forgot to turn my phone off. The very last degree, the very last day of Leo energy. So if you were born on August 22nd or August 23rd, the sun would have been at 29 degrees Leo. And the moon will be at 29 degrees Aquarius. So if you were born on February 18th, which I know so many of you, including my own daughter, born on February 18th, you're a 29 degree Aquarian, and this is your full moon. I wrote a blog about it, talking about the energy, and I'll talk about it later in this video because I did take a lot of channeled notes when I was looking at the chart. All right. Oh, so when I was shuffling the cards that I was going to use, this card fell out. I can't get it up close enough, I don't think. No. Anyway, it's called the Stranger card, and it talks about curiosity. It is card number 53, so it's our mind and our beliefs. And this card is talking about becoming curious with strangers or strange beliefs that are other than yours, like hearing people out, getting curious as to why people feel the way they do, why people are thinking the way they think. To allow yourself to open up and get curious about other things that are different than you, it allows you to connect. And this Aquarian energy is all about community and humanitarianism and coming together instead of division. So that's a perfect card. I will be posting that this coming week as well. All right, let's get to the cards. I am pulling cards for all zodiac signs. You want to, if you know your chart, you want to pay attention to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign ascendant. If you don't know what they are, you can go to astro.com, punch in your birth data, and pull up a chart and find out what it is. Or you can always order a reading from me and go to expressionsoftheuniverse.com. And been practicing astrology in some form since 1973. And I've been reading cards since 1975. All right, so what I'm going to do, I have 2 different decks. The Shaman's Dream by Colette and Reid, and I can't get it up in there because it disappears. And you know what? And I even I have my good background on with the lights and everything behind me, but I thought this looked pretty cool. Then I'm also going to pull cards from the Angels and Ancestor Oracles from Kyle Gray. So Colette Baron Reid, Kyle Gray. And the way I'm doing it is I have the Shaman Dream cards here, already shuffled in a pile. Going to take one from the top there. Then, actually, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I sorted out all of the archetype cards from the Angels and Ancestors, and they're pre-shuffled. I'm taking one for the top for each sign. Then, to go along with the Angels and Ancestors, there are totems and symbols in another portion of the deck. So I sorted them out. I'm going to give you one of those, and then I'm going to give you a Shaman's Dream. So each sign will get 3 cards. And then you're going to look up your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. And if they're all different, that would be a total of 9 cards that you're getting for this full moon. So I want you to take a deep breath, clear your mind, open up to the possibilities, and let's get started. All right. I hope I know what I'm doing. Like it always is good up in the mind, but you know, then when it happens, that's a totally different thing. All right, so the first card I'm picking, this is for Aries, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. It will be an archetype card. So what archetype are the Aries embodying? Then we're going to go for the symbol card, like what's an empowering symbol that you need for this time period? And then what's the shaman's dream message for you? Got it? Okay. All right. The archetype for Aries, suns, risings, and moons. I love it. It's direction guardian. And you know what? I think I'm going to, should I remove my background so that, I think I'll remove the background so that I can get up in there. Otherwise, well, yeah, you can see this. This is pretty okay. I think so. This is the direction guardian. So this is asking, which way do you want to go? Because he's ready to take you wherever you want to go. There's a new path. There's something new that's coming for the Aries suns, risings, and moons. And he's ready. This card is also symbolizing. So we have an archangel in the north. We have the bull in the south, prosperity and abundance. We have the lion in the east, courage and pride and strength. And then we have the hawk down at the bottom, eagle-eye perception. It's the card saying choose your path. Now is the time, choose your path. All right, so that is your archetype guardian, okay? Now your symbol is broken arrow is coming up. And broken arrow says, embrace the energy of peace. So broken arrow is actually, it's like an ironic card because the broken arrow is saying like war is over. Allow peace to enter your life. That's going to be part of that path that you choose. And then your shaman's dream is the crossing. It's an initiation that's coming your way. So I love that. So it's like new beginnings. We're laying down our arms. We're laying down that aggression. We're walking away from situations, Aries, and you're being initiated into something completely brand new. And I love that. Love that. Oh, there was 2 cards stuck, and it's snake. So that's about shedding your old skin. So once again, new beginnings. Interesting that you're getting that. And it says shed old skin down here at the bottom. So Aries, you actually got 4 cards. I didn't even realize that was stuck to that. Love it. I think that just is like a confirmation of what I just said. All right, Taurus. Taurus, suns, risings, and moons. Your archetype is sage. And it says, be devoted and committed. The sage is the wise one, but he spends a lot of time in contemplation. He commits himself only when he absolutely can. He does give good advice, but mostly he's giving the advice, he's obtaining the advice from the divine for himself because he knows that all the answers are within him. Be devoted and committed. So, you know, if your energies have been scattered, Taurus, now is the time for you to, you know, pick and choose, devote yourself to something and commit. All right. the moon card comes up. Interesting. Oh, I'm not liking how this is, how the cards are disappearing. The moon card. I know that usually symbolizes, let's see if I can, maybe, nope, that's making it worse. Making it worse. So let's take some of the light away. There we go. That's much better. The moon usually symbolizes cycles and phases that we're going through. Taurus is definitely with the Saturn-Uranus square. Have been very challenged. Things are changing. Things are shifting. The need for freedom, the need to change has been happening. So there's another phase yet coming. This says, take note of intuitive messages. So that really goes well with the sage. I love that. And then your shaman's dream is the watchers. It's transpersonal. So everything is about going within. The moon also symbolizes not only the mother, but it's our emotions. It's water. It is intuitive. Look at that beautiful, bright full moon. So this is perfect for the Tauruses at this time, but it's an inside job. That's what I'm hearing right now. It's an inside job. Go within, listen to those intuitive messages. The veil is thinning. It's thinning and it's thinning. It's getting thinner all of the time. So we're all picking up on intuitive messages. Okay, Gemini. Your archetype is the hunter. Interesting. I forget what his name is. The guy with the horns. I know I have written about him before. It says, track down your fears and desires. Interesting. Track down your fears and desires. So what I love about this card, and you may not be able to see it, he has like all of these symbols like swirls and paths tattooed all over him, and it just makes me think, you know, he's a hunter. He does have the horns of a ram, the horns of a deer, so I would think that there's some stubbornness there, yet there's also that soft gentleness, and I think that's what the polarity is, the fears and the desires. And this is saying, like, go after what it is that you want. Now's not the time to hold back any longer. So figure out what your desires are, what is holding you back from that, you know, your fears, and just realize fears are false evidence appearing real. Not real, but they manifest physically within our body as something real. We see it all over the place right now with all the chaos. So yes, now your symbol card is, oh, I love it, summer. Summer, it's the bee, and the bee always makes me think of prosperity, the sweetness of life. Summer is a time where we're relaxing, we're enjoying, we're soaking in that sunshine. So if you're in the southern hemisphere and you are a Gemini sun rising or moon, you'll be coming into this period. If you're in the northern hemisphere, you will have to wait until the next cycle because, you know, we are ending summer here. It is coming to an end. This says, bask in the joy and the light. All right, so what I'm hearing from my guides about this, so if you're in the northern hemisphere, the final days of summer are upon us. There's approximately 1 month left until the autumnal equinox. So soak up every single minute of this. Here outside of Philadelphia, I'm just north of Philadelphia in the suburbs. It has been the coldest, wettest summer. You see I'm wearing long sleeves and it's mid-August. It's been a gross summer. So even so, Stay present, utilize every moment of every day, be joyful, and bask in all of that light that is surrounding you. And your shaman's dream card is, of course, is Unmarked Trail. It's Revelations. And I love that because, you know, like when I'm really enjoying myself and I'm having a good time, a lot of things come to light. A lot of epiphanies happen. Unmarked Trail says that there's a new path ahead of you and you just haven't embarked on it yet, but you're going to find it soon. So the more you can stay present in this bumblebee moment, in that summer moment, it's going to unveil something brand new come the fall. Oh, and I want to go back to those in the Southern Hemisphere. You know, you're ending your winter, so still bask in those the final 30 days of, you know, less light, maybe coldness, maybe nothing's growing. There's still so much blessing there, and we have to appreciate every moment for exactly what it is. And so even though here summer's been not ideal, I have still been able to capture little tiny moments, you know, enjoying my hummingbird feeders outside of the window here, or you know, getting together with friends and just creating. So, you know, anyway, Cancer, suns, risings, and moons. Your archetype is Mirror Guardian. All right. And she says, take time to reflect. I love this. So here we have this lovely lady, and she's looking into her reflection in the mirror, and what she's actually seeing looks similar to this background. It's the cosmos. She could also be looking at her reflection in a pool of water, and seeing that same vastness. This is a time for Cancers to really reflect on the culmination of like the last 5 years, because there were so many opposing forces against Cancer for so long. I want Cancers to just slow down a little tiny bit before you take the next step and reflect on everything in your life. Reflect on the moment before you move forward so that you know the direction that you're walking in, you're moving in. All right, and your symbol, it's the mountain, and mountains, it says stand your ground. So interesting, reflecting and standing your ground, because as soon as I saw mountain, I thought about, you know, well, you're not moving anywhere anytime too soon. Feet firmly planted on the ground, being grounded. Don't let anybody bulldoze you. Cancers are still in a big transition period. You know, your opposite sign of Capricorn, we have Pluto there, and you know, pretty soon Pluto will be having its return in the United States, so we can expect a lot of crazy things. They're starting to happen. They're starting to heat up. It affects the Cancers because that's an opposing force. So if it doesn't feel right to you, stand your ground and don't move forward until you do feel better about it. And your Shaman's Dream card says, covenant, it's a sacred contract. Now, could that sacred contract be with yourself? Could it be a promise that you make to yourself? Could it be with another person? If you're having to stand your ground, whether maybe it's at home or at work, do you have to get something in writing and have it down as a promise that you're being respected, that you're being heard, that you are getting what you're worth, you're being valued? But I think the covenant and that sacred contract a lot of it is mostly having to do with the self. So you'll have to let me know what you think on that, Cancers. Trying to think. I'm going to have to reach out to some of my Cancer friends and see what's going on in their lives. Leo, happy birthday, Leo. This is the final happy birthday video for the Leos because after the full moon on Sunday, August 22nd, the sun is moving into Virgo. So bye, Leos. Bye-bye. And then we're going to start nitpicking, getting to the nitty-gritty, taking care of details. I'll get to that. All right, so this is Oracle. I love this. You being your own Oracle, going within. I know a lot of Leos have been doing that lately. It says, wait for important information. So looks to me like she's burning some sage or Palo Santo or incense in a bowl. And she's just keeping herself calm and grounded and tapped in, waiting for a sign, waiting for a message. And oh my gosh, I just thought of a Leo whose birthday I forgot the other day. Oh my goodness. Sorry. You know, my thoughts go from here to here instantly. Anyway, if you're a Leo and I didn't reach out to you and I do know your birthday, happy birthday. You'll be hearing from me. Ow. Oh, I just hurt my foot. And I think that's like my mom saying, shut up already. Anyway, be your own Oracle. Now, your symbol, oh, I love this. It is autumn. And I know a particular Leo that will love this card. So it's autumn. We've got the raven. It is fall time when the leaves start to fall. So not too far away. So if you've been waiting for an answer, waiting for a symbol, you may have to wait a little bit longer. This says, release the old and rest. Interesting. So, and I think that that's pretty cool for the Leos, especially with this full moon coming at the final degree, the anaretic degree of Leo. It's like, you must have partied your faces off, because, you know, Leos do like that. Now it's time to lay it down and rest for the next couple of months, or at least until Sagittarius season, which is end of November through the third week of December. But yeah, interesting. So the Oracle, waiting for that message. The Raven also talks about messages and magic that is coming your way. So I do think something special is going to happen for the Leos come autumn time, but this is just a reminder for you to take a little nap, take it easy, take a rest, go away for your birthday, celebrate. And then your shaman dream card is repairing the veil. Ooh, this is a really beautiful card. Really beautiful card. So it's like the veil is torn here and then it's tied up with a ribbon. Repairing the veil talks about forgiveness. So I think that this is perfect for the Leos because we are at the anaretic degree, that 29th degree for this full moon. The veil has been so super thin. You're waiting for these messages to come through. But there's a lot of stuff, a lot of crap from the past that needs to be forgiven, that needs to be cleaned up. When I see repair the veil, it's probably with somebody that has already even crossed over on the other side. It may not be, but I think more likely than not, it could be. Whether it's grief, whether it's anger, it has to be forgiven so that you can move on and reap the harvest that's coming up in this autumn card. I love that. Love that. Right, that's Leo. Libra. Oh, wait. Virgo. I'm sorry. Really, I just like got caught up in that veil card. Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Your archetype is the Knight. It's like Knights Templar, the Holy Grail. The Knight talks about being brave and honest. So, see, there's a rose here. That would be a symbol of love. This is also about going within, being honest with yourselves, Virgo. I think a lot of people in general have been kidding themselves in order to get through the day to day. But there does come a time where we have to stop and take stock of what's really going on and be brutally honest with ourselves. And like I even had to stop myself a couple months ago and say, is this depression? Am I depressed? Because I'm really an optimistic person, and I was totally fine, but I just like I felt lackluster. And I guess that's what's been kind of going on. So being brave and being honest with yourself. This is not about anything outside of yourself, I feel. It is about loving yourself. Your symbol is the arrow. So I love that because we have this sword here, and it is a double-edged sword. So I'm going to tell Virgos, watch your words, because the sword, it's about, harsh language sometimes, and it can be very cutting, is what I'm hearing. This arrow says, surround yourself with protective energy. Also, the Knight could also symbolize that need for the protective energy. Somebody to stand guard, stand by. For the Virgo suns, risings, and moons, the sun is moving into Virgo. I know currently Venus just moved out of Virgo. Mercury and Mars are still in Virgo, but I feel that that's good energy. In a way, it's a healing energy. It's a tapping into the earth energy, the use of herbs and the bounty of the land. A detox. That's what I'm hearing. Hearing detox. And then your Shaman's dream card is Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. Oh, I love that. It's kind of shadowy and smoky looking. But there's this, there's like a sea of water and sky. And there's just like this seashell of a little boat just drifting along into the light, towards the light, out of the shadow and into the light. And Drifter, and I know this is going to be hard for a lot of Virgos, because Virgos, they want to go. They want to do. Because when they're doing, they feel productive, especially because Mars right now and Mercury are in Virgo. The Mercury in Virgo are talking about watching that sword, also watching this arrow, because this could indicate arguments. However, the Drifter's asking the Virgos to kind of slow it down and allow life to take you. Like, don't push, stop pushing, and just kind of like surrender into whatever's unfolding in front of you on a daily basis. I kind of like that, especially because I have a stellium in Virgo, so I pick up a lot of that energy, and I enjoy seeing a card like that will allow me to just, kind of drift along, float along a little bit. All right, now we're doing the Libras. All right, Libra, oh my gosh. And this almost it reminds me of one of my favorite Libras. So your archetype is the trader. It's the businessman. And it says exchange energy or create abundance. Well, I know my favorite Libra already knows that. So the trader is talking about the energy exchange. It's like the law of reciprocity. And so if somebody's giving you something, whether it be an actual tangible thing or something energetically, it's part of the law of reciprocity to give something back, whether it be money, whether it be a good thought or a good wish. maybe a flower. Like, it doesn't have to be material. But a lot of times, like, so people that do card readings or astrology charts or any kind of energy work, they're paid for it because that's the reciprocal energy exchange. And it is the easiest way. And of course, people have to live. So for that reading or the energy work and the healing, you would be paid. And therefore, that contract between those two people is sacred. It's holy and it's fulfilled. Now, when somebody is giving stuff away all the time, all the time, all the time, and they're not getting anything back in exchange, even if it's a beautiful thought or a beautiful wish, or, you know, you get the point. Then there's like an energy drain and an energy leak. It has to be reciprocal. So, you know, like when I post on Facebook or Instagram, I respond to everybody, even if it's just, you know, a little heart or maybe a little gift or something, or if I like their post. That's the reciprocal part, because I'm letting them know that I appreciate they took the time to stop by and, you know, give me a little message. So that's what this trader card is about. Your symbol card is spring. Oh, that's interesting. And you'll see, I believe that is a rabbit or a hare in the photo. It is. And it looks like some lovely lavender. Also, sprigs of lavender. So the spring, this is for the Libra suns, risings, and moons. It's going to happen in the spring. You don't have to push. Just sit in that place of abundance, sit in that place of reciprocity. Now, the rabbit does talk about fertility. It talks about things multiplying, things germinating. It's going to happen in the spring. So if you've been waiting, you're going to have to wait a little longer. See your seeds grow. Now, I would say you're planting the seeds now at this time with this full moon, the waxing full moon, whether they are seeds of intention or actual seeds, and then you'll start to see them sprout. So with it being this time of year, Northern Hemisphere, you may be planting seeds for cold crops. You may be starting to plant or planting bulbs that will winter over and then pop up in the spring. But think of that like even spiritually and energetically. Now in the Southern Hemisphere, perfect time for you to start thinking about planting those seeds, because springtime is just around the corner, if you get what I mean. But yes, if you've been waiting for an answer, spring, that's your answer. You're not going to find it until spring. It's not going to happen until spring. All the deals will be made. Okay. Your shaman dream card is Root Girl, the disowned self. All right. This is talking about really getting to the root of the matter, getting yourselves grounded, tapping into your insecurities and your fears if you're having them. The disowned self. So I was just reading something about that earlier today, in a sense, is that there's so many people that are in fear in the world that they're actually disconnected. They're disowned from their own self, their own core inner being, that inner knowledge. This is saying, take your shoes off. Go walk out in the grass. Go walk on the beach. Go walk in the ocean or a creek or a lake. Get out into nature. Ground down. Root down. If you're, you know, counting your money every single night and figuring out what it is, there's some sort of insecurity there. Let that go. Let it go, because it's all going to fall. You know, put the intention in your mind. Stop dwelling on it. Let it go. Root down. Reconnect with yourself. All right. All right. That was Libra, Scorpio. I guess this is pretty long. This is pretty long. I'm going to have to make a separate video for the full moon, I guess. Let's do it. Trying to do a really good card reading. Scorpio, your archetype is Lord of the forest, right? Take charge with authority. I love that, because Scorpios have been sitting in the wings waiting for something to happen. And I think this is like just the ignition that the Scorpio suns, risings, and moons need to light a fire up under your butt to start to get going. You're not too far away from your birthday season. So this is telling me it's time for you to gear up, get ready, take charge, be the lord of your castle. I'm seeing a ram's head with the deer horns again in here. So yeah, that whenever I see the ram's horn, it's definitely telling me like, yeah, you're the one that has to be the aggressor this time. Your symbol, interesting, it's stag. So that does talk about that power, that strength, but it's usually quiet and gentle. It's not boastful. It's not overly aggressive. It's almost a little covert, sneaky, like people won't see what hit them. This is saying trust and thrive. I love that. When you take charge, trust and thrive, Scorpios. And your Shaman's dream card is Moon Maiden, new beginnings. I love it. I love it. I love it. Need a sip of something. Been talking too long. You know it's coffee. New beginnings are on the way. So I think when you take charge and you just surrender and you trust, you will thrive. The new beginnings are going to start coming for you. Sagittarius, your archetype is air guardian. Interesting, because you know fire, the air stokes the fire. The air guardian says shift your perception. Oh, I love that. So where are you stuck, Sagittarian suns, risings, and moons? I think that stranger card that I showed earlier in the video is perfect. It's time to get curious about things that are different than your beliefs, things that are different than what you already know. Try and learn something new about some people or different cultures, or just tapping into why people believe the way they do on certain issues. The symbol card, it's the sun. Oh, isn't that lovely? The sun card. So it's asking you to change your perception, shift that perception so that you can shine, so that you could really come into your own. It says enjoy success and happiness. So maybe, excuse me, if there's been a bout of stubbornness with you, once you shift your perception and open up, things will start to fall into place. Your shaman dream is vanishing mirror. Excuse me. Ego sublimation. I'm going to have to pause this. So the ego sublimation of this vanishing mirror, it does talk about surrendering to any stubbornness, anything that's been holding you in a certain place because it feels safe, maybe. You could be stuck. It could be, for selfish purposes. That's, like what the mirror is. This is asking you to reflect and to open up. The vanishing mirror, it's actually smashing in this photo. So it's like, you know what? Smash any preconceived notions of what you think other people are thinking, and like just open up to new possibilities. And I think that I mean, like, these cards go so well together, and the ultimate outcome is success and happiness. That was for Sag. All right, Capricorns, we're coming to the end. Capricorns, your archetype is the High Priestess. Oh, I love that. You get that black cat as well. It says harness mystic power. So this is really about Capricorns who are often so very grounded, trying to come up here into their crown chakra a little bit more, tapping into, you know, your magic. If you're a Capricorn, you have a lot of Earths, a lot of planets in Capricorn, you could be, you know, tapping into some Earth magic. I love this. The animal symbol definitely speaks of that as well. So explore those options. You may want to expand on something like that and find something that gives you a little bit more joy, that's intangible, so to speak, versus tangible, like materialistic. And that would be a great advice, I think, for a Capricorn. Your symbol is the guardian angel. It says you are not alone. And I think that's perfect for some Capricorns that I know. Somebody's watching over you, whether you're a Capricorn, sun sign, rising sign, or moon, or maybe you have a stellium in Capricorn. Pay attention. Look for feathers, especially white feathers. That would be angelic. The feathers all do have certain color signs. You can message me if you're wanting to find out. I know I've posted about them before, but you're not alone. So look out. Your guardian angel is one step behind you. So something fantastic is going to come your way once you allow yourself to step into your power. And your Shaman's Dream card is, that was Vanishing Mirror. I put it back in the wrong pile. It is closing the door. It's completion. So there's a chapter in your life that must come to an end. It needs to come to completion. It could be a job. It could be a friendship. It could be an energy, a feeling, an emotion that's, you know, holding you back. This is a perfect full moon for you to close that door, especially with Pluto in Capricorn. It will be squaring Aries, the goddess of strife, chaos, and discord this week. So something may come to a head, and it'll allow you to close that door. It could just be saying, finish up your projects now, because you're coming into a new phase. You're coming into a new era, so to speak, and you need to wrap some things up, tie up those loose ends, close the door. You know, another one in the books I'm hearing, it, you know, could culminate in so many different ways. Aquarius. Oh my gosh, Aquarius. This is your full moon. And if you are in the higher degrees of Aquarius, I'm going to say within 10 degrees of this 29-degree Aquarian moon, so from 19 on, this is going to have a big effect on you. This is really great. Like, you're cleaning house. You're getting rid of everything that doesn't serve, or at least contemplating it. Because when we have these big astrological happenings, it only is the beginning of the ball rolling. You know, sometimes I have witnessed some big events happening like on the day or right after, but usually it might take a little bit of time. So your archetype is the fire guardian. So that's interesting because Sagittarians got the air guardian. They're a fire sign. They get the air. And Aquarius is an air sign. You got the fire. So that's perfect balance to me. And this says, ignite your passions. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Because the first full moon in Aquarius was at 1 degree, the very beginning. And it's saying, okay, come on, Aquarius, like, what are you starting now? And now we're coming at the very end, the last degree of Aquarius. And it's like, all right, now's your time. Ignite those passions, like create something fantastic and or get something started, begin something like those fires. Your symbol, it's winter. So that's perfect because Aquarians, you know, you are born in the winter time, whether you're a January Aquarian or a February Aquarian. Well, let me back up, in the Northern Hemisphere. But if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it is winter right now. So Southern Hemisphere Aquarians, now is the time. Northern Hemisphere Aquarians, winter. Something that you start now will be manifesting come winter, come your birthday time, when the sun is in Aquarius. So it's going to take 6 months to manifest something. I hope it's a grandchild for me. Anyway, I know that's a little selfish, but you never know. And I will let you know, because, you know, my daughter, she's a 29-degree Aquarian, as is my friend Paul. And some of you out there, Deanna and Cindy and Amy, and actually my friend Kathleen, she's like right on the cusp, February 19th, but I think she made the cut for the 29-degree. Your shaman's dream card is Dream Thief. Oh, this is kind of an ominous card. He looks like a flying monkey, almost, with rainbow wings from The Wizard of Oz. And it says refusal of the call. So this is saying to me, like, you've been feeling the stirrings. You know that you need to be doing something. And some of you are just like tuning out. You're not hearing it. You may have seen sign after sign after sign. Somebody out there is not paying attention. Aquarius sun, rising, or moon, or stellium, bunch of planets in Aquarius. You're not hearing the call. You're being asked to shift direction, shift position. There's like a refusal, I'm hearing, to see what is really happening, or, you know, listen to your guides. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. You Aquarians are going to have to let me know, but good luck, and happy full moon to you. And of course, last but not least, we have Pisces, and I love this. Your archetype is the water guardian, which is perfect for you, but this is also immediately bringing up, this could be a little bit of an emotional time. You know, Neptune, Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces. It's playing a huge role. It's going to be there for several more years. There are illusions, delusions, possible addictions. Something's covering your eyes. You're not seeing things clearly. This guardian says connect with your emotions. So I know a lot of times Pisces, my mom was a Pisces. She didn't want to deal with her emotions. She didn't want to deal with anything that was unpleasant. So she chose to ignore it. It just reminded me of like an ostrich putting their head in the sand, not wanting to look at what was really going on and happening. Now is the time for you to really connect with your emotions so that you can figure out what you want. You can figure out, are you valuing yourself? Do you feel valued by other people? How do you feel? Ask yourself every single day, Pisces, suns, risings, and moons, how do I feel today? You may want to check in several times a day. As you know, like the day goes on, things change, things happen. Constantly be checking in with your feelings. Your symbol card is the drum. All right, so it's like you're walking to the beat of your own drum. Are you hearing the call of the drum? Because this makes me think of journeying and shamanism. Like, I have a tendency to ignore the sound of the drum when I'm being called back from a journey. But So what does this say? It says dream and journey, of course. So if you are a practicing shaman like I am, you know, go ahead and start journeying, doing some drum circles and journeying, but also make it a point, Pisces, to remember your dreams. Like, you have to tell yourself before you go to bed, I'm going to remember my dreams. You may have to do it many nights in a row, but once you start doing that, you will start to remember your dreams. And my gosh, I've been having some crazy ones with Neptune being in Pisces and the veil ever thinning. Now more than ever, pay attention to those dreams. And your shaman's oracle is the Fool's Embrace. Interesting. So the Fool's Embrace, I'm automatically hearing, before I read what this says down at the bottom, I'm feeling as though at least one Pisces out there is like kicking themselves for going the extra mile for someone or doing something like the extra mile and then feeling like a fool for it. Don't, because energetically, you know, Pisces often like to put themselves out there, but energetically it will come back to you. This says transmuting the pain. So that's interesting. So let me meditate on that a second. Fool's Embrace, transmuting the pain. So if you have been recently hurt, Pisces, suns, risings, and moons, if you feel like you've been taken advantage of, you obviously haven't been watching my videos because I told you a long time ago, stop being a doormat, but I'm not judging. And this is just saying, like, if you are hurting, you do have to really tap into those emotions, but to transmute the pain is usually through action and energy, not laying in bed and feeling sorry for yourself. Like, get out there and burn that energy off by doing something physical. So it could be dancing, it could be gardening, it could be doing a favorite hobby, going for a walk. Just get up and move, and that will help to transmute the pain. All right. I hope you all liked your card reading. I'm not going to bring up the chart. I will have it embedded within my blog for this with the video. And so if you wanted to take a look at the chart, what I'm recommending is everybody pay attention. If you know your own chart, you want to find out where Aquarius is in your chart. Maybe I can bring it up. Hold on a second. I would like to show you. Can I close that out? Hold on. Okay, because I thought I saved that. All right. I'm going to share my screen so that you could see the chart for the full moon. There we go. All right, so the full moon is coming in August 22nd. It will be at 8:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be, 5:02 Pacific Time. And I have to change my blog because I had 1:02 UK time, but I think that because of daylight savings time, it may be 12:02 UK time. So you're going to have to double check. And that's PM in the afternoon, London. So yeah, you want to take a look and see where is Aquarius in your chart, because that's where the moon will be. And also, where is Leo in your chart? Because that's where the sun will be. Also, someone had recently asked me, well, what is the difference between the colored lines? And I only have a couple different here. Also, you can see that we have a grand trine in air occurring during that. So communications are opening up. Technology, words, writing, the media. We're going to hear something. We're going to hear about something. But the red lines are challenging. Think of like anger and fighting and opposing. A lot of people think that that's bad in a chart. So these are definitely opposing signs, each other, the cross. Squares, and I don't have a square particularly in here, but I will show you. A square is 90 degrees. I feel that, and I think that this is great. So when I was younger, a younger practicing astrologer, I always thought having a grand trine in your chart would be, oh, the most wonderful thing, right? But I found out, so this grand trine is in air. And you'll see like this point is right here at Saturn in Aquarius, air sign. This point is at Venus in Libra, air sign. And this point is up here, kind of at the North Node, Ceres, and Black Moon Lilith. Gemini is an air sign. So I used to think that the grand trine was like such a fantastic thing, and it really is. However, take a look at the elements. So if you have a grand trine in air, it is about communication. It is about words and writing and media and speaking. It's also about, travel, air travel, short trips. It's about our early education. And so that's grand trine in air. Then grand trine in earth would be manifesting material things, money, working hard, like career, among other things. Then the fire sign, grand trine in fire, would be about creativity and joy and pleasure. And then the grand trine in water, it would be emotional, but it would be super psychic, super intuitive, very tied to the arts and music and beauty. The problem with the grand trine is, whether a person knows it or not, that they have it in their chart, things in that element will come so easily to them that they really don't try so hard, and therefore they're not utilizing that energy to its fullest. So if they had applied themselves a little bit, they would be, masters in whatever that element is. But then if you take someone like, for example, I will show you my chart. And I don't have all of the aspects here. These are just the basics. So you see, I have multiple red lines, multiple oppositions and squares and challenges. I do have a grand square in my chart. So I am encompassing all of the elements, which that's pretty fantastic. But when you see that these are the red lines, the oppositions and the squares, and it's challenges. And I think that because of those challenges, some people can succumb to it and play a victim, that things don't work out. But I think I utilize that energy to my advantage to actually be successful. It was like that foot in the ass that I needed all through my life. And it will stay with me my entire life to constantly keep me going. So I look at that as a blessing. It's all about perspective. Anyway, let's get back to this full moon chart. All right. Okay. So let me read about the astrology real quick. Um, from what I've garnered. And I didn't even realize that there was a grand trine. And I pulled this chart up many days ago. Grand trine in air. So yesterday, Uranus went retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So let's go back. You want to pay attention to where's Aquarius in your chart, where's Leo in your chart. You're also going to look and see where's Taurus in your chart, because big changes are happening. Things are shifting. Things are moving. If you are a Taurus sun, rising, moon, or have a stellium, so a stellium is a cluster of planets in one sign, you will have the need to change, become more independent, need your freedom, break free, shaking up the old, whatever is stale. This is at 14 degrees of Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign. You're also going to want to pay attention to if you have anything at 14 degrees in your chart, especially in fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. So do you have anything at 14 degrees of those fixed signs? You're going to have this stirring, this need for change. There's going to be a square to Saturn. I'm not seeing the square. I wrote that down. Maybe that's coming. Or, well, there has been a square between Uranus and Saturn all year. We're going to have it all next year. It won't be as exact, but this is where we're going to see, trying to think, did I miss something? I might have missed something in my notes, but shocks, truth, surprises, literal earthquakes. So when I took these notes, it was before the earthquake in Haiti. I knew this was coming as Uranus was getting ready to station in Earth sign Taurus. It's eruptions, but it's literal, but it's also esoteric in a sense. What's interesting, this square between Uranus, the ground, and Saturn, which is like our bones, our structure, our foundations, I threw my back out and I've been in excruciating pain 4 days getting treatment. So I'm doing really good. I'm going to have to save that story for another video, but I've been really having a rough time with that. And I don't like to always post when I've got something going on because I'm not looking for sympathy. And, I don't know. It's just me. But anyway, I'll save that for a different video and fill you in on all of that. But we can expect a lot of disruptions in technology, news changing about medical advances. Neptune could be about the medicines, power, electric. People are waking up. There's a revolution happening, chaos. So Aries, the goddess of strife and discord, she is squaring Pluto. It's not showing up on here at 24 degrees. So you want to take a look at what do you have 24 degrees of Aries, 24 degrees of Capricorn. There is this fight. Now, Pluto is all about death, destruction, the underworld, transformations, new beginnings, but it's in Capricorn. Our foundations, our governments, our money, the banking system, religion, things that have been in our lives steadily for centuries, okay, in some way, shape, or form. All of that's changing. Aries is coming through. She is wanting justice and equality for all people, all humanity. So through her strife and discord, she actually brings about beautiful change. there will be a lot of social unrest. There will be revolutions. These two are going to be riding shotgun through next year. And so like this will be the fourth time that they're going to be exactly squared. The fifth time comes in October. So, and then we have December where Saturn and Uranus will come square again. So things are changing all over the world. But when Aries comes out, she's like those secrets that have been kept. They're coming out into the light. That's why I love this Nyx card that came up for this week. People are receiving informational downloads. Pay attention to your intuition now more than ever. Trying to see like what else might be big on the horizon. So yeah, you want to pay attention to the fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. You're looking for 14 degrees, 24 degrees. Let's see. So this Aquarian energy, it began like the surge of Aquarian energy began on solstice, December 21st of 2020. And we're going to be continuing that energy for 200 years. So it's bringing a completion, bringing something to a head. The light is being shown on this full moon about things that we didn't know before, things that we didn't see before. It's Aquarian energy is about truth and freedom and human rights, community, technology, and air travel, because it's an air sign. 29, the anaretic degree, 29 degrees, it's all the energy from that sign. There's going to be a lot of shadow things coming out, things that are really going to shock us. However, the shadow side of Aquarius is total detachment. Instead of being in the thick of the humanitarian rights, the human rights, we're going to be detaching because maybe things are just too heavy for us to handle. I don't know. But this is all about breaking down that 3D, heavy density, old regime crap of being ruled and controlled. With Uranus and Taurus, the sun and the moon squaring Ceres up here in Taurus. There could be, or it's in, I'm sorry, Gemini, but still, there could be a breakdown in supplies, in food and other things. So, you know, like what we saw beginning of the pandemic, that's coming around again. So pay attention. I'm already starting to see shortages in stores. We're hearing about the shortage of truck drivers that bring goods, bring food to the stores. There's a huge shortage there. So pay attention because the fear of survival is being really triggered in people. Don't worry, we're going to have what we need. Jupiter will be, where's Jupiter? Will be conjuncting the moon. Jupiter is expanding and bringing even more energy to this moon. It's a beautiful energy. It is about the community. It's about coming together with like-minded people. So I believe we're going to start finding more people in our tribe, more people that are common with us after this full moon. Although Saturn is still holding back, still holding us back, still restricting us a little bit, keeping things tight. There's a murkiness of truth with Black Moon Lilith up here in Gemini, Gemini being the sign of the dual, being sign of the many. So Gemini is also that communication, it's media. Not everything's being revealed is what I wrote down from my channel, yet there is plenty more to come. Things are unraveling. The truth is unraveling. This North Node 6 degrees, and it does go counterclockwise. We'll move into, or it goes, yeah, counterclockwise. It moves into Taurus in December. So between now and December, there's going to be a lot of shit happening, a lot of things that we're hearing in the media coming out. I had the vision of, or I heard the words running around like a chicken without a head, or I kept thinking about the story of Chicken Little and the sky is falling, the sky is falling. A lot of people are doing that. So also one more touch about Aries and Pluto with this square at 24 degrees. She wants justice and equality for all ill deeds that were done involving this Pluto and Capricorn and that connected energy. And I'm going to stop sharing. All the corruption, the government corruption, banking corruption, religious corruption. She wants justice. She wants everybody to have a voice. She wants everybody to have their say. I do expect protests will start picking up. Revolutions all around the world will start picking up for one reason or another, because there's always injustice somewhere, right? Yeah, so comment me, let me know what you think about this, and be sure to check out my blog at expressionsoftheuniverse.com. I am on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. I do have, you know, my I used to keep coffee memes. I got to start updating that a little bit. Linktree. Trying to think what else. So I hope you like this. Please let me know what you thought about your cards, and happy full moon blessings. If you want to subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos. I totally appreciate that in every way, shape, and form. And I will see you soon, and I'll fill you in on my crazy injuries that just keep happening and happening. And I swear it's got to be Uranus right on my ascendant, my rising sign, because that means these things are happening to me directly, but it's for a bigger purpose, right? Oh, and by the way, I'm officially on vacation again. Yes, I know, but I had so much vacation time from the pandemic because I work from home during my day job that is piling up. It's piling up. So, on vacay. Anyway, have a great week. Have a beautiful, beautiful full blue Sturgeon moon. And I explain that in my blog, so check that out. I'll see you soon. Bye.